Hello, this is Tanya Francine with the National Weather Service in Glasgow, Montana, providing you with a weather update for the next few days. This was recorded July 23rd, 2014. Well, we do have a big low pressure system starting to come across into the state. This graphic shows about 6 o'clock this evening, showing the large area of low pressure in the Pacific Northwest stretching down into southern Montana. We're going to keep an eye on this because this is what's coming through our area. This graphic shows tomorrow morning around 6 a.m. You can see that low pressure has moved a little bit. It's starting to deepen on us. We're seeing kind of a warm front and stationary front across the state, cold front extending back into Idaho and Nevada. By tomorrow evening around 6 p.m. you can see that warm front stretched across the Dakotas and the cold front is pushing across Montana. The computer models are varying on this. Some are moving it through faster than others though. So this is the little bit of a challenge we have in the forecast over the next 48 hours, is how fast that cold front will actually move through. The final graphic here shows where the front is expected to be by Friday morning. You can see that that front is into North Dakota at this point. The low is up to the north of us, and we'll still be seeing some tight pressure gradients with some winds coming across the state on Friday as well. So with a storm like this in the summertime, thunderstorms are a given, and usually we get severe weather when we get a pretty intense system. For today, as that starts to push across, look for very large hail to start this afternoon. Damaging winds and an isolated tornado risk, mainly late tonight. So we are starting to see storms forming to the west of Havre. We'll start seeing things pop still through the afternoon today. And we just hope that you keep an eye out on our website or on apps on your phone or weather radio to stay aware of any warnings that might be issued for your area. The Day 2 severe weather outlook shifts things to the east behind that cold front, but part of eastern Montana is still in a threat for severe weather, including large hail and damaging winds. The green area indicates that you could still be seeing some type of thunderstorms coming through, most likely smaller hail and just gusty winds with that, not a huge severe weather threat. Let's take a look. This is the high temperature forecast for today, and you can see that we have upper 90s to the south, lower to mid 90s in most of our area, mid 80s up in the northeast corner of the state. But you're going to see after that front comes through tomorrow, it's going to drop down at most areas except for the southeast where that front has not quite gone through yet, and things should warm up. But you can see we're starting to see 70s to the west and across the northern border, 80s across most of the area, and a few 90s still to the south, and then still very warm in the south central part of the state because the cold front has not come through. And the high temperatures on Friday, quite a bit cooler. You can see temperatures anywhere from the upper 70s into the mid 80s across the region. So quite a cool off with that low pressure system coming through. With this storm, another issue is strong winds coming across. So you can see here that the blue indicates winds 25 to 35 miles an hour. This is from today through tonight still. The winds coming from the southeast ahead of the low pressure system. As we move tonight through tomorrow morning, you can see again still 25 to 35 mile an hour gusts are possible across most of the region. And the bigger wind comes in during the day tomorrow behind that cold front. You can see still 25 to 35 for the most part. Out to the west though, off the Rocky Mountain front, wind speeds up to 75 miles an hour possible. So definitely something to keep an eye out if you're traveling, and most likely going to require lake wind advisories for Fort Peck Lake through at least Friday. This is one more graphic showing Thursday night into Friday, and again still 25 to 35 mile an hour gusts. Fire weather is another concern for us, and again the location of that front and how fast it moves through is going to be one of the things we're really keeping an eye on. But overall, Low humidities is going to be a problem for the western half of the area that we are responsible for, as well as those very strong winds, and hopefully not, but there could be some dry lightning with it as well, so lightning could start some fires, and any haying and swather fires that might be started could become an issue. So let's just take a quick look. Over the last 2 weeks, there's been a pretty big gap in moisture across Petroleum and Garfield County. In fact, the fire wardens are saying that it looks like it's already late August there. Things are so dry. You can see that there's been a few little places that have had some moisture, but again, that wasn't a whole lot, and it's been in the last 2 weeks, and with the winds that we've had, a lot of that's had time to dry out. Look at just the last 7 days, at the last week, it has been bone dry across most of the area. There was a little storm on Sunday night that created 6/10 of an inch of moisture for Plentywood, but overall a lot of people are hurting for moisture in the last week. So let's look at what is the forecast for precipitation. This takes us through tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. I want you to know this is not concrete. This is just kind of an initial glance at what could happen. The right thunderstorm moving across the right area could produce 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain in this dark green area. This is not absolute. Day 2, same thing, some more moisture. Again, remember that cold front has stretched off into North Dakota. Could see some moisture behind it. And the last look at here is the humidity for today, looking like things are going to get down into the teens. Might be just slightly higher tomorrow, but when you combine low relative humidity such as this and really high winds, that's definitely a problem for anybody that's having to deal with fires. Hope you enjoyed this briefing, and we also invite you to look at other sources that we have with more additional information that can be very specific to your location. Our website, our Facebook page, our Twitter account, and always our NOAA weather radio stations that we have across Northeast Montana. Thank you for listening.